All right, people. We're reconvening up here at Noble Records today. I'll be accompanied by Sir John and Sir Brad in our digging adventures here. I am a little bit taken aback by this bus that we've mentioned prior that he uses to kidnap the children. I just now realized it is painted in the flag colors of Colombia, South America, I believe. Just, I'm a dumb redneck. What am I supposed to know? But you tell me what that's about. Morning, VC. That's what's playing in the background. Broadcast. Collected demos from 2000 to 2006. Distant Call. Some good stuff for a Sunday morning. Kind of lo-fi. Duo from the UK. This is Trish Keenan on vocal and James Cargill on guitar. Her voice is incredible. Dom's talked a lot about this band, Fred. A lot of folks in the VC over the years. It's nice to see them put out all these kind of lost demos from their catalog. And when this came out, I was able to pick it up at Lunchbox. And the one that came out before it, though, I had already ordered. I ordered it through Lunchbox, and they had trouble getting it, so I ordered it through Luke. He never called and said it came in, so it just never arrived. It was 6-7 months ago, or whenever it came out. It was months went by. And then for shits and giggles, I kind of looked on the website for Lunchbox the other day, and there was one copy available. That was the one I ordered. Whatever distributor out of the UK finally got it here. So I went and bought it, and that's the double collected demos from Broadcast Spell Blanket. So there's a ton of songs on this, so I'm looking forward to getting into this today. But I'm spinning the Distant Call this morning. Should be more of the same, but yeah, I really dig her voice. Kind of like an angel, similar to Maria Rhodes out of Barcelona, Spain, who's probably my favorite vocalist of all time. Is gorgeous voice and great guitar player. But this is good stuff. So this will be what we have on in the background here. So let's see what else we got here. My friend Mare T got a new place, and so she needed a record player, so she got in touch with me and wanted me to help her pick one out. So that's why I was in Lunchbox in the first place and was looking on to see what they had, and picked this up while there, helping her get a record player. She got a nice one. And I think she got Queens of the Stone Age, Songs for the Deaf there, maybe one other record. She's got pretty damn good taste in music. Then we went to Repo because she wanted to look for some records there, and she found the first Bad Brains record, and then I helped her find a Cramps record she was looking for. And I found this record in the punk, since we were looking at the punk section. Black Flag Live from '84. Double LP. Some kind of bootleg copy on Police Story Records. I've had the CD for a long time, so I was happy to pick it up on vinyl. Yeah, this is the Henry Rollins incarnation with, of course, Greg Ginn on guitar, Kira Rossler on bass, and Bill Stevenson drums. Of course, you go on to be in Descendants. Yeah, this is fucking killer. And it was a good price. And it just literally had come in the door. So it came in and went right back out the door from Repo. Next, this arrived in the mail. I waited until it was already basically the week of release. It had sold out 2 of the versions. I didn't really care which version I got, but and I'm still kind of wanting an original copy, but I did get the box set of Cave In Jupiter, triple LP. I'm not gonna take it all out of the thing, but if you know Cave In from the Boston area, this was a complete departure from their first record. You know, songs like Big Riff on this are absolutely killer. I've seen Cave In a bunch of times. One of my favorite bands of all time, and this is a great record. And so for them to do this box was very cool. And they also sent a free record in the package. This is a Global Relapse Contamination record, so it's a bunch of relapse artists. So this is a free LP. So we'll see what I feel like doing with this. I'll probably give that away or turn it in somewhere for credit. I don't know. It's probably worth $1 or $2, but then one night after work, there's this one road I gotta make a left on, and sometimes it gets really backed up, and it's you could sit there through like 3 or 4 light cycles, and I'm just not gonna do that. I'll just go down to the next street. But when I go down to the next street, it takes me by Lunchbox Records, and normally I don't have any plans for going in there, but I can't just drive by there and not stop in. So I was like, well, what am I gonna get? And I was like, well, let me think about some of the new releases from last year that I had yet to pick up. So I was like, oh, I hadn't picked up the new Jesus Lizard record. So I went over to their kind of new records wall, because they have it fully stocked. You know, there'd be like 7 or 8 copies of each record. And they had probably 7 or 8 copies of this record, but only one of them had a sleeve. You know, they're all sealed, but only one had a record sleeve. So I was like, well, that's weird. So I looked at it, and there's the record. On the back, has a extra hand autographed card or insert for the new album Rack. So signed by the entire band in gold marker. Turns out they only did that for 40 copies of this release of the limited records or indie record store version on the silver vinyl. So for me to find that was killer. I was stoked, and it comes with a download card and everything. Yeah, it's on this silver. Love the guitars in this band. So I'm looking forward to checking this out. I haven't heard any of it yet. I just gotten a lot of good recommendations that it's to return to form for this band. So, and to find one of the 40 autograph copies is pretty cool. I imagine they only probably got one. Just random. And I always look through the used jazz, and there was some good stuff. This record, I passed by it, and then I was like, you know what, let me go back and look and see what the lineup looks like on this. And it's the Jimmy Jufrey 4 Dragonfly on the Soul Note label. It's never had a reissue. It's a pretty nice cover. And the cover was actually artwork done by Jimmy Jufrey's wife, Juanita, I believe was her name. Let me see. Yeah. And I turn it on the back to check out the players and notice it's inscribed and autographed by both Jimmy and Juanita. So this was $15, and so this also went in the bag. So I went in there just by happenstance, and the vinyl karma is real. It's a real thing. I wasn't going in there that night, and the traffic sucked, and I went in there, and I came away with these 2 records, both autographed. Pretty cool. And this is a good record. It's got Bob Nysky on electric bass, Pete Levin on Rhodes, electric piano and Moog, Randy Kay on percussion and marimba, Jimmy Jufrey's on flute, bass flute, soprano and tenor and clarinet. Plays the gamut. Nice little record, never been reissued. 1983 on Soul Note. And I usually always pick up any Soul Note or Black Saint record I find anyway. And it's in pristine condition. And these came with nice inner sleeves. I mean, the Italians, they pressed good records back in the day. So happy to find that. Can't be very common to find a Jimmy Truefree autograph LP. Next, this is a record I actually ordered at the end of last year. Alex Diamond Marimba reached out and said, hey, I'm going to put in an order with this record store in Montreal. I always say Aux 33 Tours, but it's Aux 33 Tours, or however it's said in French. My French is heinous. Sure, if you're not alone. So I looked through what they had, and they have a website and Discogs, and so you can actually see pictures on the website, which Alex pointed out to me. And this is the one record that really stuck out to me, and I checked it out because I'm a big fan of Kira Sakata on saxophone, and I saw that he was on this record. I'm going to have a hard time topping this record this year as far as free jazz is concerned. This is Charisma from Yosuke Yamashita Trio. An original Japanese pressing with the obi and the insert. Everything's here. Sakata and Moriyama on drums. Takio Moriyama. Holy fucking shit. This is intense as fuck in all the right ways. They absolutely throw down. Yamashita's, it's his trio. Man, those two just go off. Just go all the way off, and they are in tight on this. Like, it's fucking heavy. Beautiful cover art. Yeah, all the bells and whistles on this one. This will be one of my best finds of the year, by far. Even though it was purchased last year. Kind of like that, the Abe record. Same deal. I bought it at the end of the year before, and it didn't come till January, but that's a big one. Next, I had planned on calling on a Sunday up to Bop Shop. I had worked out a deal with Tom, the owner, while I was up there during the Christmas break for one of his Sun Ra records that is from his personal collection. He said, yeah, call on Sunday. We do 10% off. I'll give you free shipping. So, and he had a decent price on the one record. It was a Bleak Parallax. And I went back to listen to it again. It had been a while, and it's just Sun Ra banging on the Moog or whatever it is he's banging on. And it's just not very good. There's not all Sun Ra records are the end all be all of music. So I was like, man, I'm gonna still call up there because there was a record on the wall I wanted, and I wanted to get a bunch of records that day and not just one record. So I called up there, got the 10% off, got the deal. You got Glenn Branca, The Ascension on the 99 Records label. Love the guitars on this. Lee Ronaldo's on this. Go on to be in Sonic Youth. This is one that has been championed by the VC for a long time. Most recently Dom, as he highlighted the 99 Records label a year or so ago. Very happy to have a copy. There's a couple different colored labels. This is the black 99 label. Yeah, really dig, especially the title track on the B-side, the last track. Fucking guitars are so fucking killer on this. And there's a lot of guitars on this. And fantastic cover art. Robert Longo did the cover drawing. one of the coolest on a record. So happy to get that. Next, this is a record I was trying to find the LP version of as I watched Ken's video where he interviewed Felipe from the Jazz Bums, talking about Brazilian records. And I have a nice Brazilian collection here of essential stuff. Some originals, some reissue. As original Brazilian stuff is very difficult to get. You pretty much have to get it from Brazil. And it is a crapshoot on condition. But in searching for the LP, I found the 7-inch. And it's a mono original of Nora. And I'm not going to try to tell you the name of that title in Portuguese. On the Elenco label. And now the cover is not in the best of shape, but this was a good deal. Yeah, but the record is very nice. So yeah, a couple beautiful tracks on this. Really dig her vocals and guitar. So this is, I think, from 1964, maybe? No, I'm not sure the year. I think the next record's from 64 that I'm going to show. Can't remember the year on this. Could be wrong on here. Yeah, this one's from 1964. This I got from Carolina Soul for $17. Kind of flew under the radar. It's Three Kings and the Queen. So it's Roosevelt Sykes, Big Joe Williams, Lonnie Johnson, Victoria Spivey. On the Spivey Records label, Bob Dylan appears on a couple of tracks on this. And then some versions of this have a block here with Bob Dylan's name printed in there. And this is the original copy that does not. Great blues. Really killer record in an original copy. I was excited to find this. This goes for quite a bit more than $17. And this is in nice shape. The cover's not, I'd say, VG to VG minus, but the record is VG bordering on VG plus. Very pleased to find that. Not something you see every day. And then yesterday I met up with John at Digital Gramophone. My friend Brad was going to come, but he fell ill and did not make it. And John had happened to pick up the new Jeff Parker at the end of last year. And he forgot he pre-ordered or had ordered a copy beforehand, and so that came in the mail. So he passed along his duplicate to me. This was my second best jazz record of last year. Jeff Parker really can do no wrong these days. And Anna Butters is on this, which really, I dig her style, everything she does, especially on the stand-up bass. She plays the double bass in this through an amp. Yeah, excellent stuff. This is the Fortet, the Way Out of Easy. Josh Johnson's on this on alto and electronics. Yeah, excellent double album from International Anthem Recording Company, and None Such had a hand in putting this one out. A big one from last year. Came out near the end of the year, I think, too. And I think that's the end of the A side. And with that, I have one more record. This I did not expect to still be there. And this was the first time I'd been up to Noble since he got the whole Voice of America collection. I think he bought maybe 25,000 records of, what was there, 80,000 or something? I don't know. The owner kept all the top jazz from that collection. And the rest he had Dylan go through. And Dylan acquired what he thought would be good for his shop. And then the rest went to Goodwill. Quite a collection. Everything in mostly pristine condition. I mean, the only drawback is you have some of the radio markings on the labels, or the tape on the covers with the catalog numbers, but that kind of adds to I've never minded getting radio station copies where they've written, the letters of the radio station on the record. The thing that's nice about getting radio station copies is they needed them to play on the radio. So they took very, very, very good care of these records for the most part, and are usually in great condition. And so that's something to consider. And of all the stuff I saw in the flip videos, there were 2 records I wanted to get. The Sonic Youth, but that went the first drop he did to one of the first customers, and I can't remember what was going on, but I wasn't able to get up there that day. And then he had 2 copies of this record. He sold one on he told me that went on the Whatnot streams that he does, and I think it sold for $275. This was significantly less in the store, and yeah, Dylan took care of me too, so this, which was much appreciated, and I was able to pick up Songs of Experience from David Axelrod on Capitol, original 1969 pressing, pristine condition. There's not a mark on this record. Covers in fantastic condition as well. And it is from the Voice of America collection, which he put these stickers on the outside of the sleeve, which is very nice. So we'll keep that with this. Yeah, large group, great record. Sampled to death, these Axelrod records. Love this cover. Everything about this record is great. And I've had the Now Again reissue for a long time. Of the 3 that they did, it was probably I think it was pressed off center or something. The other, Earth Rot, I can't even get it onto the turntable. There's no center hole. It pretty much doesn't exist. I mean, they just, when they first started and they were doing the Axelrod records, they had trouble because they were using United pressing plant, and there was less than zero quality control. I remember Repo, they had a ton of Earth Rock because it got released on, I think, a record store day, and every one of them got returned. Every single one. No one could get them on the players. It didn't matter what your spindle hole deal is with your record player. No one could play the damn record. So to get an original, this was a huge upgrade for me. I'll be moving on that Now Again reissue. But yeah, that's kind of what's come in the last few weeks. Hope you're all well. Peace.